Welcome along,
That is
weekend
unbelievable.
roundup. Oh my days.
Wow.
We're in for a great show today, guys. Well, what about the North London derby?
I'm not getting rattled.
And we're 3 points off top 4, so it's not looking too bad.
Yeah.
Foden
I'd
88,
say
Saka
that's about
87.
right.
I think that's wrong.
Nicely you put your top on. You want to take it off and get the branding out? Happy birthday!
Make a wish to win the league.
I did.
How much chance will Arsenal have of winning the Champions League?
0, mate.
If we got through
Can't get on
PSV, do you think there's any chance of winning?
No.
Hang on, let me finish.
Predictions:
2-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Liverpool.
2-0 Wolves.
Chelsea to beat Man United at Old Trafford.
Still there.
You're in trouble if we win this game.
You better not lose on Saturday.
We beat the world champions this weekend. That makes you world champion.
We're the world champions, but you're not in a title.
This is why you'll never win the league.
6 billion down the drain.
Robbie celebrating a 1-0 win. Abby, Pilates instead of trophies. You never walk alone.
Catch us every Monday for the weekend roundup.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to DR Sports. Welcome back to Live at 5, where we talk about all the latest football drama, all the latest action and all of that. And after a week in the Premier League that saw some teams, actually all 3 of our teams, have a fantastic week, there were others who really, really didn't. But immediately, almost immediately, we're now back to Carabao Cup action. Like me, as a United fan, I have no idea what this competition is. It's a terrible competition and no one ever speaks about it. But unfortunately, I'm contracted to by DR Sports. So we're going to be today talking about the Carabao Cup, all the games coming on both today and tomorrow. And to my left, joined is representing Spurs. It's Abby.
Hi.
Back on the show again.
Hi. Sorry, last week was a bit of an up and down week. Missed a few of these, didn't I?
That is all right. It's always great to have you back. And
Always
then
a pleasure.
and then on my right, it's Christian. Once again on DR Sports. I'm
Once
doing
again.
well, mate. How are you?
I'm good. Last time I was here was the weekend preview show,
Yeah.
which was a bit nuts.
I tell you what, you made some debut. You made some debut.
It
You
was
came in hot,
crazy.
that's for sure.
Came in very
I can't
hot,
lie.
yeah.
I also
I'm
think
going to be
that
back soon as well.
Yes, you will.
I think
Sure.
some
You'll
of
be
the-
new one that gets wheeled out. Yeah, you'll be the new one.
some of the stuff that you said, I think has been the reaction. I think has been a bit harsh because I
Yeah.
think I knew what you were trying to say, but I think some people decided that you had said what you hadn't actually said and just ran with it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, these things tend to get taken out of context sometimes.
Was it taken out of context though?
I said what I said, essentially. But I also supplemented it. I didn't
Yeah.
just say that and then just say...
Exactly. You
but
said
there's no one else
afterwards.
that-
Yeah.
You said if Arsenal best team in the world, if we don't win anything, it means nothing.
Exactly.
Which I think is a fair thing to say, and people just I think didn't really count the second half of what you said.
I think the statement of Arsenal are the best team in the world is what got people's head in a bit of a frenzy. Like, I actually was more on your side, which is very odd for me. I don't know what's going on in my little pea brain at the moment, but I'm being awfully nice to Arsenal.
You are.
Very weird of me.
You know, I
Jealous.
could argue against it. I can completely understand the arguments. I can understand the argument for PSG, Bayern at the moment. You could even still say, I know
Barca.
Liverpool on a bad run, Barca. Do you know what I mean? Some of these teams might have better squads, better 11s than us. I'm just looking at what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
The defensive record, I think is very,
that's
very
it.
impressive.
If you would have made the statement of Arsenal are the best defensive team in the world,
Yeah.
over the last,
no one would
you
argue
can
with
even
that.
say over the last season, like
Yeah,
last
yeah.
season,
Over the
this
last
season.
12 months, yeah.
last 12
Easily.
months. I think that no one would have any rebuttal to that. But because you said Arsenal are the best team in the world right now, when you have a look at, if we want to bring stats into it, you're 19th in terms of XG and goals from open play. So that's, I think, where the argument comes from, because it depends how you like your football. I have no issue.
That's not right.
It's not right.
17th for
I saw that tweeted by
percentage of goals from open play.
Okay. It was.
And
I can find
19th
it.
for percentage of XG. So the percentage of our goals that have come from set pieces, we are 19th. It's not 19th for the
It actually was
open
for
play
XG,
goals.
but I will find it.
Or
It was
XG.
it was something actually Sky Sports tweeted. So you can argue.
But there's still context around those stats.
Okay,
Like why
goals.
is it that?
You are.
If you're Arsenal, teams come and they no. I understand what you're going to say. I get the point. You're just going to read stats. Fair enough. But if you
No, but
watch
this-
Arsenal,
Yes.
right, you can see that teams play in a low block. They
course they
come
do.
to the Emirates and play for a draw and sit back.
Absolutely. And
It's not the
I'm
same.
not being funny. It absolutely works to your advantage.
Mm.
Completely works to your advantage. What are Arsenal best at?
Yeah,
Set pieces,
yeah, set piece, and
right?
also
So
I
if
think
you've got a low
part of
block-
it is their best creators as creators who create from set pieces.
100%.
Like Declan Rice, for example, his delivery is unreal.
The argument,
Same with Saka as well.
The
on
argument
corners
would
a lot.
actually be, if you are a team, and I get it, why teams come and have a low block against Arsenal. The argument would be, actually, if you make Arsenal play, which you still can do, you're still brilliant in terms of the players and the creativity you've got. But if you make Arsenal play, rather than play into their hands a little bit by giving them the low blocks and offering set pieces up on a platter, that is where they thrive, Arsenal. Like, it just seems that no one's brave enough to try and do it. Let me just read the stats though.
But teams have. Atletico Madrid came and tried to play, especially in that second half, and they conceded 4 goals.
Well,
It's not that Arsenal can't do it. Leeds tried to play at one point, they conceded 5. Nottingham Forest conceded 3. Do you know what I mean? It's not like we can't do it. If you come out and have a go, we will score goals.
You're just great, right?
And also, just to add one thing, Saka was injured at the start of this season.
Yep.
Madueke came in, did a decent job, and he got injured again. Saka came back, probably hasn't been 100% fit. Havertz and Jesus are also injured, still to come back. Odegaard, who's our captain, one of our most influential players, also injured. So that's 4 attacking players out. Why are we not going to rely on what we're good at in terms of defence,
100%.
not conceding goals and shots?
Look,
it makes sense. We're in a very good place.
In my head, you are most likely going to win the league, right? So I'm making peace with that. We're 9 games in, but I have to start making peace with it now, so that by the time that we get to May, I'm okay. Well, I won't be okay, but yeah. So I think that people are going to criticise Arsenal's style of play, and I have also been very critical as well, especially last season when you just changed from the Arsenal that I knew, which was flair and attacking and sexy football that I've been kind of brought up on with Arsenal for a long period of time, to this very Stoke-like defensive unit, and it was a very big shift in terms of how Arsenal play. However, that is your strength. If you go on and win the league that way, everyone will just beat you over the head with saying that it's just boring. Oh, you won the league, but you were so boring to watch. Well,
do you
Chelsea
seriously
did it,
believe?
and why would they not? Why would they not do it if that's their strength?
You just made a statement
Do
there.
it.
Do you seriously believe Arsenal play like Stoke?
Do
Or
I
are you
believe-
just saying that because you see it and hear it on social media?
I actually said it first last
So
season.
you
I said
believe
it after
Arsenal
3
Stoke?
games.
Would Stoke knock out Real Madrid over 2 legs in the Champions League?
No,
Would Stoke beat
but
Atletico Madrid 4-0?
You're twisting what I said.
But you said Stoke. Stoke like
Okay,
play.
if I
Watch
may.
Arsenal and think
If
they
I
look like
may,
Stoke.
If I may. So
Stoke never played against low
If
blocks.
I
Stoke
may.
were
Yeah, hold
the
on,
low
Christian.
block.
If I may.
You've asked a
If I
question.
may.
Let her answer
Yeah,
it.
If
what
I
I'm
may.
asking. Go on.
Last season, when I made this statement, okay, I was absolutely ridiculed for it because I made it 3 games in. I said, what are Arsenal? They look like Stoke. Like, what is this whole set piece thing? What is this whole, defensive unit, like all of this? I said it 3 games in. I got absolutely crucified for it. By the time that the season was done, everyone was talking about it. Everyone was saying it. Every single person. We can run the tapes back. It was on the call-in show. It was very, very early doors, and I was roasted for it. End of the season, going into the season, everyone's talking about it. I'm not saying that you are Stoke. It was a Stoke-like style of playing, which I didn't associate with Arsenal Football Club. But the difference, what Mikel Arteta has managed to do, is everyone is singing off the same hymn sheet. So you look at every single player, even down to someone like Gyökeres, everyone's doing their defensive duties because ultimately that is probably what will win you the league. So it doesn't matter how you play. Chelsea won the league, conceding 15 goals. You're on course to beat that record. Whether or not you do, I don't know. But that is some feat to go by. Defences are not always the sexiest thing to watch in terms of winning a league. People want to see the best flowing football. But actually, in this day and age where defenders and defending is just has not been a thing for such a long time, it's all about, creativity and creative players and your fullbacks and all of that, but not having so much emphasis on defending. If Arsenal go and do and win the league with such a tight-knit defensive unit, then you've got to give them credit for it. Even I'm saying that.
Again, I just think this narrative that we're a defensive team, we always defend. We have the ball more than the other team in every single game. We attack more than the other team in every single game. If you can tell me one game in the past 18 months where we haven't attacked more than we've defended.
All I wanted
Tell
to
me
do
one
was
game.
The only thing I can think of, and I'm being biased here, was first day of the season at Old Trafford.
Old Trafford.
That was I think that is the one game where we had your number for a lot of it, but couldn't finish.
United were good that day. That's
Yeah.
probably our toughest game. of the season.
That was also our best game, our best display this entire
No,
season.
we're very
I think
good.
up
Even if you
until
look
the
at
Brighton
Anfield
game.
this season, the game we lost, there was a very even game.
Can I just
Calafiori was
just
playing
read
in
these
Liverpool's
stats?
half.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
not
go
me
on.
getting on the back
Yeah,
of
go on.
Arsenal for once. I just wanted to read them just so we can all be aware. So goals, 16 goals. That's Premier League rank of 4th. Set piece goals, 9. That's first. Open play goals is 5. That's 17th. Open play XG is 7.8, which is 8th. Percentage of goals from open play, 31%. That is 20th in the Premier League rank. And percentage of XG from open play is 57%, which is 19th.
What is that trying to prove?
I'm just reading their attacking record to you and saying when you're talking about that you do attack, you do, but your best attribute in your attack is your set pieces.
So how do you win a corner? You're attacking, right? You have to
Sure.
be in and around the opponent's box.
Of course, but when teams are in a low block against you,
I do think
That's
a lot
exactly
of
why
that,
we're not
a lot of that as well.
I'm not saying that you're bad for doing it. I'm just saying when
You're
people,
trying to make a point to essentially dampen what
not.
Arsenal are doing.
Am I
That's what everyone
dampening?
is doing. Let's be fair.
I have been
Abby, be fair for a sec.
I
That
have-
is what everyone's doing.
I have go and please, I beg you, anyone who's watching this who knows that I will happily rip into Arsenal for any single tiny teeny thing. Please go and look at my Instagram. I beg you. Please go and look at the clip I said.
So
from
what
last
is the
week.
point then?
My point
If
is,
Arsenal
I'm
are
just
top of the
reading
league,
it
why
to
does
you.
it have
I
to
don't
change?
think-
Why does the narrative have to change to?
did
Oh
I
yeah,
not
top of the
say?
league. But I'm not. Maybe
It's not
not
about.
just you.
I
I'm
literally
it's just everyone what I
said,
see
if
from
you
everyone.
if you go and win the league off of playing that way, that's fine. I've got no. I mean, like I said, I don't want you to win the league. Hopefully, you capitulate. Can't wait. Please God. But if you go and win that way, I'm actually defending you. I'm saying fine. Credit to you.
Yeah.
I
So,
think-
so much is sorry, Dylan. Just
I was-
my last point
yeah,
on
you
this.
go,
So
you
much
go.
is made of the way we play. It was never made of the way we play before. Like I've seen us play beautiful football under Arsene Wenger and not win anything. We played beautiful football in the last couple of years under Arteta and won nothing. If we don't play beautiful football and we win something, I don't get why the narrative has to change so quickly. I think rival fans are so desperate for Arsenal not to win. We haven't won a major trophy in 21 years. If Arsenal win, it will hurt a lot more for rival fans than it will any other club.
Telling me.
So already what rival fans are trying to do is supplement them to feel better when Arsenal do inevitably win. I think that's exactly what it is. When we do win at the end of the season, because I believe we'll win the Prem,
Do you know
it
what?
will be the narrative, yeah, you won, but it was boring. Yeah, you won, but it was set pieces.
I just
we will have
said
a
that
Premier
to
League
you.
trophy and our Arsenal fans will be happy.
I know, and I just said that to you. That will be the narrative, and that stats like that will be why the narrative. The narrative. So actually, what we actually went away from what the initial thing was, is that your point of saying that you're the best team in the world. That's why people won't view it that way, because people with their eyes want to witness football in a pretty sexy way, and Arsenal isn't really that a lot of the time. Yes, you are a great team defensively. Your set pieces are sublime. But what people like to see a lot of the time when looking at their football is more of an open flowing game.
And I think Abby's not necessarily talking about Arsenal fans there, but other people who won't. Because the people who won't agree with you are the people who aren't Arsenal fans. But I do think on the point of those stats, part of that is skewed by the fact that your striker isn't scoring.
Yeah.
Like your striker, I think with Gyökeres, obviously he scored against Atletico, but in the Premier League, which is where those stats come from, he's not scored in 5 or 6 games at the moment. And I think he's still struggling to understand how to outmaneuver centre-backs in the Premier League. So it's a little hard for you guys to create the chances for him, and also he's therefore not scoring the chances. So therefore, Laurie yesterday when we was on here, saying that he doesn't think Arsenal score enough goals. If Gyökeres and your other kind of forward players in open play were scoring a couple more goals, those stats go down, or you move up in the table of a lot of those stats. But I think the reliance looks more heavy on set pieces at the
100%.
moment because there's a bit of a deficit in your open play and your strikers not scoring as many goals as you would have hoped at the moment.
Yeah, I see Laurie's point. We're top of the league. We've been winning games. The statement of you don't score enough goals is only true if you're not winning. If you're winning games, then of course.
Ultimately, if you score more goals than you concede, then I agree.
If the point was we could be scoring more goals, then I'd completely understand that. We can definitely play to Gyökeres' strengths a bit more, try and get him in positions to score a bit more. And I think he'll be disappointed with his tally so far. I think it's 5 in 13 games. He's had chances to score more goals than that, big chances that he's missed. But he's still getting used to the league. He's only been here 13 games.
Yeah,
you know?
and
5 goals in 13,
I mean,
including
I think
2 in the Champions
I have
League
my
isn't
thoughts on Gyökeres, where I don't think he's been. I'm a little less convinced about how well he's going to do at Arsenal than what I was when he initially signed him. But overall, I just think it's a case of it's not that you're only relying on set piece goals to get you through games. It's more just that you were going to score this many set piece goals no matter what, because it's just such an elite strength of Arsenal's but it's looking a bit more ridiculous than it actually is, because there's such a contrast with the fact that your striker and some of your other players like Saka being out, Madueke then being out, and some of your other finishers, then therefore not scoring to then even out a bit more.
It is just interesting. Like there will always be a narrative against.
But if you're going to be if you're going to be champions, then you've got to hold it.
If we were playing great football, it would be the rest of the league has fallen off. Oh, well, the quality of the rest. Do you know what I mean? There'll always be a narrative. At the end of the day, I don't care what the narrative is. I don't care what we do. I just want us to go and lift the Premier League trophy.
Yeah, if you lift the Premier Least trophy, then everyone else is going to stand up, hands over and go,
Fair.
I don't know if they will, Dylan. I don't know if they will.
A lot of people would. At least to some, if it's sustainable.
The narrative will be they won't like how you've done it.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean
At the
there
end of the day,
are
why
a
would
couple
any
of super
Arsenal
chats
fan
about
care?
that.
We won't.
Super chats coming in. There's a couple big up for the guys who sent them in. Tashik Basu says, would love to buy Hand of Arsenal a pint. Single-handedly doing God's work by exposing the media's hypocrisy about set pieces on Twitter.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah, he's talking
was
about
that?
Liverpool, Hand of Arsenal. I was telling you this
Oh, yeah,
just
sorry,
before we
you were
went
telling
live.
me, yeah.
Effectively, for those of you who don't know, Hand of Arsenal on Twitter, he's gone out found a load of Liverpool fans who were praising Liverpool's set-piece tactics about 3 years ago to 10 years ago. Because under Klopp at one point, it was just find Van Dijk on the edge of the area, wallop, he gets it in. Now it's Gabriel at Arsenal. Obviously, Slot and then some Liverpool fans and other fans around the world have gone, no, we don't like it anymore. I mean, I've always liked set pieces. United have historically just never scored enough set pieces, so I've got nothing but respect for trying to win games like these set pieces.
There was quotes
most of
from
it's Liverpool fans.
Klopp saying that a set piece is his favourite goal to score because you haven't got to wait for VAR. They hired a set piece throwing coach in 2019. Loads of quotes.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I think it's a bit, it's just kind of, partly is one of the things like you said, it's just like, because it's rival fans not liking what Arsenal are doing, so obviously people are going to go for them.
I actually
London Nomad says, Arsenal win like Stoke, they don't play like Stoke.
Fair.
Interesting comment.
Okay, it makes a bit more sense.
Fair.
Patrick Sibia says, the football Arsenal play isn't sustainable. There is a difference between fitness and conditioning, and Arsenal don't have the conditioning. Interesting. And then London Nomad also says, style matters after December. Now just create a cushion.
Who sent that chat about the conditioning?
It was Patrick Sibia.
Patrick, I just wanted you to explain what you meant more about the conditioning. That if you want to send another super chat, I just am interested to know what you elaborate on what we think about that.
Injuries have been a problem. If you're talking about injuries,
I think if you take someone like Declan Rice out of the team, like let's say Declan Rice got injured, for example, in terms of the delivery of balls, would you be as good as set pieces?
I still think we'll find ways to win games.
You'd find ways to win games, but would you be as
other players in there?
It's kind of it's a cheat code. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he's probably the best set piece specialist in the world at the moment.
Puts that ball exactly where Gabriel wants it every single time. So if Declan Rice was injured, who can do that as well as Declan Rice can?
Yeah, no one.
In the Arsenal team, no. Yeah, no, it's true. Obviously, like, if Haaland gets injured, City are going to score fewer goals. Yeah. If, let's say Spurs, Mickey van der Ven gets injured again, your defence is going to become a little more leaky and you'll become less reliant on set pieces.
Who's the real set piece
on
match?
set pieces, bro.
Again,
he got me so many FPL points. I loved it.
It's only that goal that we wouldn't score, right? And also, people are counting the Zubamendi goal against Forest as a set piece, even though it came out and he's volleyed it from outside the box into the corner.
Set piece.
People are counting Eze's goal. Okay, maybe it's second phase, but it comes back and he scissor kicks it into the net. It's not like it's always Rice to Gabriel goal. Rice. It's not that every single time.
No, but a lot of the time it is.
Yeah, most of it is.
Yeah,
I agree. Most of it
no,
is.
in set pieces,
not all of it.
Second balls are so important in set pieces. Well, that's how we beat Liverpool. No, that wasn't necessarily set pieces, but that was winning the second balls. Chidi Eden says, Arsenal last season said we won a weak league. Obviously talking about Liverpool here. So I think he's making the point that, like, you're talking about, like, the narrative will always be a negative one. Chidi Eden's then talking about how.
However, that is not
Liverpool
inaccurate.
won a league.
That is not inaccurate.
It was true. Liverpool last season was an underwhelming league from the other teams.
Exactly. Liverpool did play amazing football last season.
Yeah,
but there was absolutely nobody after December, January time that challenged them.
And I wouldn't say it was a weak league. I'd just say they were the best team.
But there was
in a good league. No, but
there was
this
no one
is the
even
thing.
close.
I think there was no one close.
You weren't close.
But I think I had a chat with my friend
Salah made the rest of the league like a joke.
Well, I had a chat with my friend the other day, and he was like, "Oh, a friend of mine said this is the worst league we've ever seen, the worst quality." And I said, "If anything, it's the best." Look at this weekend. Liverpool lose to Brentford. Chelsea lose to Sunderland.
Yeah.
Who else lost this weekend? Just gone. Man City lose to Aston Villa.
Yeah, City lost to Villa.
Like, when in recent years would you see 3 results like that in 1 week? It just shows the depth and the strength of the rest of the league.
Oh, yeah.
All the teams are strong. If you have an off day, you can lose to any team. It shows the strength.
I would say the gap between Liverpool and you last season was quite large. Obviously, you did have a lot of injuries.
By far and away the best in it.
But
it was Mo Salah.
Do I think that's Liverpool's best team ever? No. I think the team when they won it in 1920 is far better than that team.
Yeah, but it was just Mo Salah made a mockery of the entire league.
In
1921.
The one that Abby remembers.
I am nearly that old, guys.
I get the point.
Yeah, I mean, it's the league is obviously one thing to talk about all the time, but we have got the Carabao Cup action coming up this weekend, and we've got plenty of action to talk about. Obviously, we are going to talk about tonight's games in a bit. I want us to actually start by talking about tomorrow's games, because it's the time in the Carabao Cup at the moment where it actually gets kind of interesting. Now that a lot of the more meh teams are out the way. I know I'm including my own team in this in a minute. But you've got big games like Arsenal, Brighton, Liverpool versus Palace for the 3rd time this season, by the way. Swansea versus Man City, Wolves versus Chelsea, Newcastle versus Tottenham. And I want to start, I mean, we've been talking about Arsenal, so I think we should keep going on with Arsenal for the second. Because the overall question I've also got here is who needs to win the Carabao Cup most this season? Because there's an argument to be had for, I'm going to think, at least 3 clubs who desperately need this trophy. You've got, like, you were talking about Arsenal, best team in the world, but need at least something to prove it. Mikel Arteta, he needs a trophy this season. Even if, at worst, it's a Carabao Cup, he needs to be lifting something. You've got Newcastle probably looking to retain the title.
Manchester City.
Man City have had, like, an underwhelming season last season, and obviously they didn't lift anything, I don't think, last season. No. So they're looking for trophies. Liverpool, obviously, dodgy times. Probably might need the Carabao Cup as a bit of a lift because, like, Klopp and Ten Hag and etc. before have been saying Carabao Cup is a fantastic, almost mid-season boost to kind of get you going. And then Enzo Maresca at Chelsea is under a load of pressure at the moment. And so he might need the Carabao Cup trophy as well
Personally,
to give him a bit extra
I don't think the Carabao Cup does much for Chelsea. Like, of course, they'd like to win it, like, because Chelsea are a club that breeds winning and has always breeded titles and, you know, trophies. But I don't think that will satisfy Chelsea fans. I don't think that really does much for them.
You could argue that the 2 trophies they won last season are both bigger than the Carabao Cup.
No one who even remembers that they won the Conference League. Let's be honest.
Would you say Conference League is bigger than Carabao Cup?
No. Carabao Cup is harder.
Yeah.
In theory, Carabao Cup's harder than the
don't.
FA Cup because
that's a West Ham fan.
It's just all the other things.
It depends on the size of the club.
Yeah, that's because it's the only thing they've won.
Yeah, and it honestly depends on the size of the club and the aspirations of the club.
The average team in the Carabao Cup is better than, I feel like, the average big team, realistic team to win the trophy in the Carabao Cup is harder than the average realistic team who's going to win the Conference League.
Yeah, it's definitely hard
which
to
is
win.
Therefore probably going to be a harder game.
It depends on the expectation of the cup. I was having a conversation with someone the other day about what's more important, the Club World Cup or the Europa League. Now, if you're a Chelsea fan, then you'll say the Club World Cup, but that's because you're there because you've won Champions Leagues in the past. But okay, but for someone like Spurs, winning the Europa League is a much bigger achievement. It's another European trophy, even though it's not the Champions League. It's still the UEFA Cup. It has got a lot of pedigree, even though people want to now downplay that. It's still a great trophy to win, especially if you haven't won anything for such a long time. I actually think that the Carabao Cup is quite possibly most important to Arsenal. I really do. Because Pep has always said it, that the Carabao Cup has been used as a way, like you mentioned, to springboard for the rest of your season, give you that confidence. Where Arsenal and Mikel Arteta have not won anything for five years, is it? Since the FA Cup?
Yeah.
That, if they were to win that Carabao Cup, the confidence and the boost and the mentality, which is the only thing I'm left here to question whether or not Arsenal have the minerals to go and actually win the league
Final
mentally,
hurdle thing, yeah.
doing that final hurdle. If they were to go and win that Carabao Cup in Feb, then that just propels you and gives you all the boost and the confidence and the mentality of getting over the line to then go and win the league. Even if you're doing it at canter, potentially. I think from a Liverpool perspective, it's very important. I mean, whether or not they have an almighty turnaround, it's still very, very possible that they do and things click in and they have a better second half of the season. That will be important to them as well. Manchester City, we don't know what they're going to... Are they dark horses for the title race? We don't know. For Spurs, I feel like I would love to add something else to the trophy cabinet.
Carabao Cup would be incredible.
A Carabao Cup would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, I said at the start of the season, I would take 8th and have a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup, because I think for Thomas Frank to come in and win something for this team who already won something 5-6 months ago to then go and do it again, amazing. Like the Spursy tag, well and truly gone. Had that little slip up with the Super Cup. So close. But as in, you know, to do that again where, okay, we don't have to wait 17 years. We've won 2 cups within, you know, less than a year of each other would be huge. Yeah. So I think it is big for all of them. And yeah, okay, like you said, Chelsea, I guess, to an extent, but I don't think that massively satisfies Chelsea fans. If I'm wrong,
I was more thinking from the perspective of Enzo Maresca, because Maresca's obviously, he won the Club World Cup, but obviously since they've won the Club World Cup, Chelsea have been, with the kind of lacking to find a better word, found out a little bit. It's like kind of, they won the Club World Cup, and I remember sat here on weekend preview at one point with Matisse going, you want to be challenging on all 4 fronts. They're not challenging for the Premier League anytime soon. They and obviously there are 3 competitions. They've got the Europa League, are they? No, they're in the Champions League.
Who was that?
Chelsea.
Sorry? Chelsea, yeah.
Chelsea in the Champions League, but are they going to be, you know, in the depths of the Champions League? FA Cup hasn't got yet. So suddenly the Carabao Cup becomes like the most realistic chance of silverware.
Yeah.
And with Maresca and the instability at Chelsea in general, that just kind of has always been there, it might become a very important competition for them. But Arsenal versus Brighton, going a little specifically into the game, what do you want to see in terms of like starting 11s, etc., Christian, in this game?
I actually made a video yesterday with the starting 11 I'd put out. Arteta did a press conference today, though, and spoke about some injuries. So Saliba's not available. Apparently Martinelli's not available I don't know when he got in. I didn't see him get injured in the game, but apparently those two are not going to be fit. I would change it up. I do want to take this seriously. On your point, I think it is a very important cup and trophy for Arsenal to win. I haven't seen us win it in my lifetime. I think the last time Arsenal won it was 1993. I've seen us lose in multiple finals, which still hurt. So, yes, it's important. We want to breed a winning mentality. If you can lift the trophy in February, do you know what I mean? And you're top of the league, it bodes well for the rest of the season. So I want us to take this seriously. It was painful last year. We obviously got knocked out against Newcastle in the semi over 2 legs. But yeah, in terms of the team, I'll probably start Kepa. I think these are the games we bought him for. Ben White will come in. Mosquera will probably have to play because he came on at half-time. Saliba went off against Palace. And then maybe you play Gabriel, but I don't know how fit he is. Maybe you don't want to change up the defence too much. Maybe Nkapie comes in. I think Lewis Skelly plays. You probably play Norgard, Marino, and I think I'd start Eze. I think he just scored a good goal. His confidence will be up. Keep that going. I'd start probably Ethan Nwaneri on the right. Probably have to start Gyökeres up front because he's our only fit striker. And we want to get his confidence up and get him scoring more goals. And then Trossard's going to have to start on the left because Martinelli's out. So it's still a very strong team. It's a lot of changes. But that's still a team I look at and think it could probably finish in the top 6 or top 8 in the Premier League on paper. But yeah, a game I want to take seriously, a game I want to win. I think Arteta might go a bit stronger than that. I think we've been accused in recent seasons, maybe not even accused, maybe it's true that he hasn't taken these competitions seriously. And we've gone out, like our cup record's been atrocious. So yeah, we will all want to win this.
If you go out, just hypothetically, how will you feel about that?
Very disappointed. It won't be a good look at all. All the noise from myself, from all Arsenal fans, do you know what I mean? We're in a very good place. I think 7 wins in a row, unbeaten since City. It will knock us, I think, just to go out of this and then all of a sudden you've got the FA Cup and Champions League, Premier League. Then if you go out of the FA, do you know what I mean? You're just relying on a major, which we haven't won in 21 years, and all of a sudden the pressure is mounting. So don't go out of this. Against Brighton at home. You've got
the squad that, you've got the depth now and the quality that you can, I believe you can manage a Carabao Cup run or an FA Cup run or anything really.
Should be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also as well. Yeah, if any team have squad to do it as well, it's Arsenal to be able to rotate but still play a team that will come to beat Brighton. I'm looking at Brighton's obviously their games coming up. They've got Leeds on the weekend on Saturday after the Arsenal game, and then they've got Crystal Palace away from home, which is obviously a big derby for them, and then Brighton at home the next couple of weeks. But after obviously the 4-2 loss to United on the weekend, I don't know what Hertzler's going to be thinking, but surely he's going to be thinking that. He's gonna, that's what I'm saying. I think he might fancy it. So I do reckon that Arsenal will see Brighton put out a good squad and a good starting 11 to face them. Luis Arezia, sorry if I've butchered your name. Araiza, I'm too dyslexic. Araiza, Luis Araiza, I think I've got this right. How would you feel if the EFL Cup gets revamped by inviting teams from Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales to make it a UK Cup? Would it add prestige?
They'll probably make another one instead.
I'm sure.
The way football's going, they'll probably just do a 5th competition where everyone's in it.
The United Kingdom Cup or something.
And the players get 1 day off between games.
Yeah, add another 10 games and you're just going to see ACLs and less hamstrings left, right and centre.
There was always that kind of conversation about having Celtic or Rangers, would you want Scottish teams in the Premier League? I mean, it would completely diminish the SPL, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But I would quite like to have something like that. I think it would be really interesting, actually. I don't think it will happen, but I think it actually would be quite interesting to see that.
I think it would be a little bit at the expense of the teams in League 1 and League 2 who they will rely on the Carabao Cup. Like for Grimsby, for example, if they beat United, that was amazing for their club. But at the same time, also would have brought in a lot of revenue.
Sounds a bit like a Super League, doesn't it? Super League for
it just feels a little bit like it would take away stuff from the lower league clubs.
You could have the champions of all the different areas, do that.
What, and then we've got a domestic club World Cup.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm just trying to think.
But that's just more football.
We love football.
I think this is part of the reason why.
Imagine if you did that, every single champion, a Champions League, but
the Welsh League,
the Welsh
Northern Ireland, Scotland and England.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume.
But it would just be like Liverpool or Arsenal or City would just walk it.
Yeah,
Not
they'd win it
necessarily.
pretty much every time.
Magic,
It would be-
magic of the United Kingdom Cup.
I mean,
Magic of the United Kingdom Cup.
You never
I can't
know.
tell
There you
if
go.
you're
There's
being
Abby's new
serious.
idea for a new league.
Copyright. If they make it, I said it here first.
that's such a mouthful. No, I do think like when going back to what we were talking about how much is like, and you've been speaking on Talksport about how much is Chelsea Club World Cup worth. Part of the reason why I think people don't rate it as well because it's slightly a publicity, or maybe not publicity stunt, but it's like a kind of a. It was a bit of a revenue thing. It was get football to the US, get all these tickets in,
Look, I will.
and I
hold
feel
my
like it would
hands up.
become the same thing.
I did not watch anything of that.
I watched
Club World
one
Cup.
game.
How much did you watch for the Club World Cup?
I watched quite a lot.
Okay.
So there wasn't really
2 out of
anything
3.
else to watch.
I can't remember if I watched
Paint
interesting
dry?
it or not.
times. No, not really. There were teams that we don't usually watch play. Teams from
Sure.
outside Europe, Brazilian teams.
I understand the sentiment of that you have to have been super successful to be that. I'm not knocking that. I'm not taking that away from them. But I don't think that anyone. I just don't believe it's a bigger trophy. It is essentially a community shield. It
Bigger
is.
trophy than what? What are you comparing
Anything
it to?
else? I think it is essentially a community shield style
you
thing,
don't
or the
think
same
it's-
as Super Cup.
You don't think it's bigger than the Conference League?
It's performative.
Oh, it might be bigger than the
It
Conference
just
League.
feels
most
it feels like
things
such
are
a
don't think it's bigger than the
performative
Carabao?
competition.
No, I don't think it's bigger than the Carabao.
Wow.
I don't.
Club
Wow.
World Cup.
I don't.
I-
I just don't.
I
I just
agree.
don't rate it.
I really agree.
I don't really see the point. It's kind of like a little post-season tour. Like it's literally the community shield for everyone that's been successful.
If Spurs
Yeah.
were in it, would you not be desperate for them to win it?
Desperate.
What about the Super Cup? You're desperate for them to win that.
I
which is
wasn't.
one
No,
game.
I wasn't desperate for them to win. I would have liked to have won the Super
You
Cup.
were in pain when they didn't.
No, it was more in the way in which they lost it. It was more the way in which they lost it that caused me the pain.
Okay.
Would I want them to win it? Yeah, if Spurs have got to get to any final, obviously want them to win it. I don't have the luxury of having, a very vast majority to choose from when we have been in them. But I feel like, would I rather win a domestic trophy or a European trophy? Yes. But I know what you're going to say. Well, you have to win, the biggest European trophies to get that. I'm not taking that away from you. But I just personally would rather win a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup.
I think a good way to look at it as well is how people who aren't in the competition feel about it. Premier League, people who don't support teams in England still watch the Premier League and go, this is the best league in the world. Teams who are in the competition, obviously you're going to care about it because it's winning a trophy. It's like, you want to see your team win no matter if it's pre-season, cup competitions,
Aldi
league,
Cup.
everything.
I'll take it.
But it's teams that when you're not, like I didn't care, United weren't in it, so I just did not care. There was no aspiration for me as a fan of football to tune in because it's in the summer, it's in my time off. I spend every day I'm talking about football and everything.
I appreciate
The
people
transfer
that do
windows,
like it and think it's important. That's your
And it was
prerogative.
great. It's
I
great
just
South
don't.
American teams as well, but it's European team. If that competition was in Europe, I was thinking it'd be different gravy. I think it'd be much more interesting if they held that in Germany or held that in England or held that in France or something rather than the US because as well the games are at weird times.
I know what you mean. I think sometimes these competitions take a lot of time to get the stature that they deserve.
Maybe-
This
Yeah,
is the
but
first
the
time we've
first
had the new format of this Club World Cup
Yeah.
with all the teams.
But then
and
it's
whatever.
now once every 4 years. So the
Yes.
next one we get is in 2028.
But then
Is it?
when
No,
the
2029.
when the first World Cup happened in the 20s or 30s or whatever it was,
Yeah.
I'm sure people didn't feel the same way they do now about the
Maybe
World Cup.
not.
Same way
But
with the
national
Nations
sides
League.
were always
When the Nations League
thing.
first started, everyone was like, "What's this?" Now everyone cares a bit more. In 50 years, the Nations League will probably be a thing where people are like, "We really want to win that. That's really important." So
Maybe.
this is, I think, early stages of the Club World Cup in terms of major trophy. It's not a major. I think it's bigger than the Carabao Cup. The teams you play, they play PSG in a final,
Okay, but then who's they played before that? Was it they played Fluminense? Was it?
Yeah.
But then you could play someone like Wigan in a Carabao
You
Cup.
can.
You play
I just-
PSG, but then Chelsea beat
Who did
PSG
you
and
get knocked
Chelsea.
out by?
Who? What?
United got knocked out the other day.
Of
the Carabao Cup.
Grimsby.
Grimsby.
Exactly. So how
Yeah,
can you
but-
say that they played a team from Brazil when United are getting knocked out by Grimsby?
Honestly, I just don't care about it. I just think
I think that says more about us.
I just don't care about it. It's no offense to Fluminense fans. No offense. It's like you do you guys. It's just for me. It just is basically a glorified community shield with lots of money behind it in America.
Yeah, that it's.
That's it. I might change my opinion
Yeah,
in
as I
10
said
years.
before.
I might.
Yeah.
But currently,
After another 2.
I would still rather have a Carabao Cup
Mm.
or an FA Cup.
Patrick's got back to you about the conditioning.
Thank you, Patrick.
Big up for the second super chat, Patrick. He says, just adding to my previous super chat, Arsenal haven't improved their conditioning. They are still suffering from the same injuries. Saka, Odegaard and Havertz. P.S. How's the dog, Abby? Glory, glory, Man United. The dog thing, you think it's referring to Alice?
No, I think he's referring to the dog that I adopted.
Are they? Well,
So, okay, briefly, what happened with the dog? So the dog was, he was lovely. The dog was coming, and then I had a change in personal circumstances, which meant I couldn't have the dog by myself. So don't worry, I didn't leave the dog. I did everything, paid for everything. I found him a new home, and he now lives in Watford.
Very nice. The dog's having a lovely
we
life.
saved him. He didn't end up in the kill shelter. I refused to send him back to the kill shelter when my situation changed, and I found him a home, and he's a very happy boy.
Lovely stuff. And then on the conditioning, Arsenal not changing the conditioning in the way they're still getting the same injuries.
Care to answer that?
There are, obviously some reoccurring injuries.
Do you think that's a fault of the coaching or the club, though, or just unlucky?
It's a big question. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know the answer to. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. If you're talking about
He's
reoccurring...
is he saying recurring injuries?
Recurring injuries or conditioning, or is it coaching? I don't know. Every team gets injuries, The teams play so much football now. You play so many minutes. It's so intense. Injuries are going to happen. Obviously, if you have a hamstring injury, it's more likely it's going to happen again. Same with ACLs. I don't know. I hope what they're doing behind the scenes of strength and conditioning is good enough to maintain it.
I think that's exactly what it was. Like when you have a certain type of injury, it tweaks. It takes so long to strengthen it, and they don't always have the time. Like, we see players come back from an ACL sometimes after so quickly. And it's amazing your body has recovered, but has it really recovered? I know I've got a chronic hamstring injury that I've had, and I don't play 90 minutes. I just go and lift weights. But I've had that for 18 months, and I'm not doing what these athletes are doing. So they of course are recovering. But when you've got a chronic thing, look at James Maddison. James Maddison has literally came back from injury, got injured again straight away.
Yeah. Reece James as well.
Reece James. Yeah. You just Luke Shaw always has injuries. It just happens. Your body is not made of...
The body's not made to play football.
It's not made
As
to be a
human beings,
robot.
we're not designed to be born and play football. It's a thing that we've created. It's not a natural
And it's a thing
thing
that some people are naturally better at, which is
for
why
sure.
they end up becoming professionals at it. Yeah. London Lomad also says, scrap the League Cup for teams in Europe. Scrap the League Cup for teams in Europe, as in teams in Europe don't play in the Cup. New winner each year. I kind of understand it, at the same time that you're then just taking away a trophy for the big teams, for the teams in Europe. So it'd be no longer there's just fewer trophies available to them. Yeah. So I don't think that's something that the big teams would subscribe to.
No, I don't.
Because they care about it. They'd be stupid to think that they don't like Pep Guardiola, Ten Hag, as I said before. Everyone, they praise it. They want to be in it.
Yeah, for sure. Like we said, it breeds a winning mentality. It's a great trophy to win.
So
you win it
important.
Is it February the final?
Yeah. It's always in February, I think. Yeah.
That's a great.
Was it February last year or March last year? I think it was March last year.
It may have been
somewhere between
you
the
said
two.
it. Yeah.
It's
Always. It's either is it last week of Feb or first week of March?
It was March. I
Tends to be. Yeah, because ours was 26th of February.
Yeah,
I remember that. It was a great day.
It takes the pressure off a little bit as well. I mean, if you've already got that under your belt.
I wouldn't say it takes the pressure off, but it gives,
think you'd be happy with
as you
just
said,
having
it breeds
No,
mentality
I'm not saying
and confidence.
just happy with that. It does, but it takes the pressure off of, right, maybe we don't need to go as hard in the FA. Do you know what I mean? If Arsenal win a Premier League title race and we're in the FA Cup, Champions League and the Carabao Cup, and we win the Carabao, maybe you can rest a few players for the FA Cup games to focus on the Premier League.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
I think if
maybe
you
I'm
won
wrong.
one
Maybe
of
it
them,
does the
then
opposite.
you don't need. Then if you went out of the FA Cup, then
You wouldn't be
wouldn't be as annoyed.
disappointed. Yeah,
But I think if you went out of both,
it'd be terrible.
and you put all your eggs in
Yeah.
the basket,
That's what happened last year.
I still think you're.
I know, innit? Well, anyway, we can move on to Tottenham, Abby, if you want. It makes you feel any better. You're playing the current holders of the competition away from home. St James's Park.
It ain't ideal. It ain't ideal going
Tough
to St
game.
James's Park on a Wednesday
Tough
night,
game.
is it?
Not at all.
Under
And
the lights.
Newcastle have won 4 of their last 5.
Only thing I would say is actually Spurs are far better away from home.
Yeah,
They're
you
not at
you
home.
are, aren't you?
Yeah, we're.
You become the first Premier League team to win at Hill Dickinson Stadium.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're never saying that.
Come on, that's some
Yeah.
big record.
Well, I
Was it
mean,
9
I
games?
mean,
Everton
you say we'll never
conceded
sing
from a
that.
set
Or
piece before
5
the other day.
games.
Conceded 2.
You say we'll never sing that, but United Women's won away from home there before you did.
Right. Cool.
Wow. Shut
Guess,
you up
guess
there.
you will sing that. then.
Yeah. So I do sing it. But anyway, yeah, so you're playing St James's Park away from home against the holders. Newcastle are in very good form after a bit of a mixed start to the season. They've got probably one of my favourite non-United players at the moment in Walter Marder up front.
Yes.
That guy is so much fun. But equally, you also have another one of mine in Van der Ven,
Yeah.
who's also absolutely saving my FPL at the moment after last week. But it's going to be... it's one of those games where it's St James's Park. You normally say, that's always a tough fixture to go to. But it's a knockout game, cup competition.
Yeah.
The team are very good away from home.
Yes.
Which puts, I think, Spurs in a bit more of a unique position of being able to win this game than other teams who may be going there in the Premier League, for example.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very weird thing to say that you're better away from home than you are at home. We've only won 3 out of the last 18 at home. Not all Thomas Frank's fault, might I add. That is stemming back to Ange. Thomas Frank's teams are kind of set up to do well away from home. He does love to have these two little men protecting his back line and just having that little bit more defensive solidity. At the minute, we are not brilliant in terms of going forward. We are lacking so much creativity. It's insane. Xavi Simons, for me, has just been incredibly lightweight. I do not want to write him off. I really don't. Sometimes it takes a while to adapt. I think the physicality of the Premier League, you can massively see that that is probably lacking at the moment. He doesn't look fluid on the ball. He doesn't have maybe the right pass when he thinks about it. He kind of slows down play a little bit. But someone like a Kudus, Kulusevski's going to be back soon. God.
Been out for ages, isn't he?
Been out for so long. I want to see a full strength team, whatever we've got. I don't know if Romero is back or not. Kevin Danso, meanwhile, shout out to him as well. He's been very, very good since coming in. I actually forgot that we had Dragusin, who's also still out, recovering from his ACL. ACL.
What is a full strength team to you though? What does the midfield and attack look like?
Is this my starting 11?
Yeah,
Starting
yours.
11, fit.
First formation.
Defense is pretty obvious.
Defense picks itself.
Yeah, but I'm like, what's the formation you're going with?
4-2-3-1.
Yeah. 4-2-3-1.
That's what Frank plays,
That's
isn't
what he plays.
Yeah.
I would go back four picks itself. Van de Ven, Romero, Porro.
Spence.
Yeah, but Doggy's actually been injured quite a lot as well. When and I love Jed Spence. I don't really care actually who is in that position. Either or. Vicario in goal. Still probably wouldn't be he is my first choice, but he was great on the weekend, but still. Then I would have Polinia. I would have Sarr as well. Bentancur's had a bit of an up and down time. He had a good game the other day. But I would have Sarr because I love Sarr and I think that what he offers you box to box is great. The energy. I would then have... I'd probably have Maddison. Yeah, I'd have Maddison in there.
Oh, we're doing it if everyone's fit?
I'm doing it if
now.
No, I'm doing it if everyone's fit.
Okay. Let's do now though, because in terms of what you want to see tomorrow, Madison's out.
I'd have but just to finish that, I would have Maddison, Kulu, Kudus, Solanke.
Yeah.
That is the best. That's the best Spurs 11.
That makes sense.
Sorry. What? So for tomorrow,
yeah,
I don't know who's fit and who's not. So okay, Danso instead of Romero.
He's fit.
I think he might play Kinski tomorrow. By the way, in goal. I'd still
risky to go away to Newcastle. Are probably going to go full strength. They want to win.
I want us to go full strength.
Yeah,
I think he'll go. I think he'll go Polinia and Bentancur again.
Mm-hmm.
He might put Sarr in.
And you're saying like Van de Ven,
I didn't even have Bergvall in my team. Oh my lord!
Bergvall doesn't get in the best 11.
He usually gets in the best 11.
You think he get in the best 11 over who?
He's quality.
He's
a good player, but I think Spurs have better.
Nice.
For me, Sarr, Polinia.
Headache.
Sarr, Polinia,
Xavi
Simons or Maddison's probably the strongest midfield.
Xavi doesn't get in mine. Based on what I'm seeing, he doesn't get in it.
Bergvall over Xavi Simons?
Yeah.
Wow.
Currently, yeah. I'd like to find any Spurs fan that would disagree with that statement, by the way.
No, that's fair, but you need to play these players into form. You need to let them get a run.
They are
keep benching them.
They are playing. I think Bergvall plays more. I think it will be more like what we've seen in the Champions League. I think he might do again. He could do Bentancur, Polinia again with Bergvall, or he might do Bentancur, Sarr, Bergvall, which historically doesn't really do very well. But I think he'll go with more force in that midfield. He might not play Sarr again. He doesn't fancy him for some reason.
No, it doesn't.
And then he'll probably go Richarlison, and he'll go Kudus, and he'll go
Colomboani.
Maybe
up top.
Again, another player that needs minutes.
Yeah. I think he'll
sense.
go with strength, bulk, grit.
Well, that's what you need when you're playing Joelinton, Guimaraes, Voltemada, Sven Botman, Dan Burn.
I think Xavi Simons gets lost in that. Honestly.
Yeah, well, Simmons would be playing against Dan Burn, wouldn't he? Right, because Simmons would be playing left wing, I think, if he played. Right, yeah, and Dan Burn's
no, he'd be in the middle.
Oh yeah, he would. Yeah, but regardless, I guess he'd be playing maybe against Lewis Miley then. But
look, I really want to see him. I want to see him thrive. I want to see him flourish. I really do. I don't want this to be a YouTube player. I really do. Like, I want to see him
there's a player in there.
Bundesliga to Premier League often takes a little longer.
Absolutely.
I think the one person who's not had that is Ekitike this season.
Yeah.
Like most players, when they go from Bundesliga to Premier League, take a little. Havertz initially at Chelsea ages ago.
Yeah.
Even Šeško's taking a months to bed in here. You obviously got all the Vert stuff. He's yet to do anything significant in the Premier League. It just takes time.
I don't want to put the pressure on him. And I'm like, okay, I will happily wait and see.
I want to ask quickly.
It's just more of the fact that obviously we don't have Maddison and we don't have Kulusevski, and you are the only person that can unpick a lock and find that lovely through ball and have that little moment of magic. I was hoping that I'd be getting that from him, but it might be a case that he takes a bit longer, and when we've got Kulusevski can play in the 10, no problem.
Yeah. What would your score predictions be?
Oh, God. I'll be honest, it's a really hard one to pick.
I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle.
Thanks.
This is very tough.
Game.
It's a very hard one to call.
Either that or pens.
I see both. Does it go straight to penalties?
Yeah.
Yeah, straight to pens.
I can
both
see
teams
this being
scoring.
like 1 or 2-2 going to pens.
Going to pens. Pens is anyone's game.
I can see a 3-2.
2.
Newcastle.
I also want to ask you, because I forgot to ask before, Arsenal versus Brighton score predictions as well.
I'll let you guys go first.
What was that, Paul? Sorry?
Right.
Arsenal versus
Brighton.
Brighton score predictions. 2-0 Arsenal.
Nah, I don't think this will be as. I don't think this will be as easy, because I think you'll make.
If Brighton play like how they played against us, then Arsenal will have no trouble.
But Brighton are a bit weird like that. Brighton can beat anyone on their day, and then they'll just have a weird off day where they get battered.
They also came back into. They weren't terrible. Their chances.
They weren't terrible, but also they were.
You did nearly. They
were helped by the ref. So were we, but they were helped by the ref.
No, we don't.
How were they helped by the ref?
Right.
We should have had a pen, and Welbeck's free kick was taken about 10 metres ahead of where the foul was.
Okay.
We always see that though. It's never taken just on the spot where it's taken.
No, but there's that. Then there's like he took it. I think literally outside the D. Right. The foul was another. It's that threshold where it goes from being a ball over the top free kick to having a shot on goal free kick. It was that threshold, but we won anyway. Don't care.
I mean,
that's the thing.
3
United
points.
definitely deserve to win, but Brighton have got quality.
They've got quality, but I thought they won that fantastic.
We're going to rotate a lot for this. I think we're going to rotate a lot for this game.
I'm still going 2-0 Arsenal
with the injuries. I'm going to go.
At worst, you rotate and it's like Hincapié at the back instead, and he's still a quality player and stuff.
Because I've just been way too nice to you, I'm going to back Brighton tomorrow. I'm going to go with a. I might just go with like a really late Housery win.
Go for it.
1-0 Brighton.
1-0 Brighton. Damn, what like you talking like 87th minute winner kind of thing? Yeah. Danny Welbeck.
Yeah.
Danny Welbeck scored. He scored at Old Trafford. He scored at Old Trafford in the weekend, then he scored Arsenal midweek.
Well, Declan Rice might not start this game. So if what you guys are saying is, and Gabriel might not start this game. So if people are talking about, you take those two out, you don't score goals.
I'm interested to see what it looks like.
You've got. I mean, everyone on this channel has been saying you've got the best depth in the league. So in theory, you should be all right. Patrick Sibia comes in for a third super chat of the day. Big up. Says, that's why I believe Arsenal can't play the way they play. The body can only do so much. Arsenal football requires a lot of physical contact. Abby, well done for doing your best with the dog.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, but it's Arsenal also the most physical team in the league, and they've been all right for the most part so far. So I think you also have got to give Arteta kind of credit for being the most physical team and dealing with those injuries and still being able to be in title races.
It was only a couple of years ago, maybe 7-8 years ago, where Troy Deeney was saying that we're
no cojones.
No cojones. It's a very welcome change for Arsenal fans, trust me.
We'll see if you have cojones at the end of the season.
Yeah, big point. But Crystal Palace against Liverpool. Obviously, this game is at Anfield, but this is the third time these two teams playing off this season. Crystal Palace have got the better of them on both occasions. Liverpool are still not having a fantastic time domestically. They've lost 5 on the bounce, I think, domestically. Yeah. 4 in the league. No, I don't think I've got that right. But yeah, they're just losing left, right, and centre, taking licks from everyone. But
4 in the league.
It lost 4, so 4 in the league. Might not be an easy one for them.
Then obviously the
Galatasaray. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah,
this is a weird game to predict as well.
I've got some mates who are Crystal Palace fans, and they say they're sick of playing Liverpool already.
I can imagine. No, Liverpool have lost twice to Palace, but as a Palace fan, you still wouldn't want to play them. They still have quality. Yeah. If they turn up, exactly. If they turn up, they beat Crystal Palace. I watched Crystal Palace against Arsenal the other day. They were very good. They were a very good unit. They won the FA Cup. They beat City in the final. Glasner's a great manager. If Liverpool turn up, they win this game. And I think Slot will go strong. I think if they were top of the league, if they'd won, do you know what I mean? If they were on a really good run, I think they might rotate a bit more. But because of the situation they're in, if they were to lose this game and go out, do you know what I mean? It goes from bad to worse. 100%. So this is a game they need to win. I think they will. I think they'll bounce back. I think they'll win this game.
I think.
Because I think Palace will rotate, and I think Liverpool will go not full strength, they will go stronger.
I think you'll see like the Curtis Joneses, etc.
Conor Bradley.
Curtis Jones been starting.
No, he has been starting because I just think at this point, Arne Slot is like, I don't actually know what I'm doing. Like, not that he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's like, I don't know what is going to fix this. I like Curtis Jones, but he's like, let's just try this. Let's try. Oh God, let's try something else.
Yeah.
I think we'll see those type of players come in. Conor Bradley. I mean. He has to start Van Dijk though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They've only got like
Have to.
They don't really have the depth to not go strong.
No,
I remember that Billy has to start in goal.
Yeah.
Bradley will start a right back. I assume Kirkes maybe will start a left back. Or Robertson,
if I
one
was
of
him,
them.
I'd go back to Andy
Robertson's got
Still
it. I
strong.
reckon it's got to be Robertson.
And then maybe
Kirkes is being twisted and out at the minute. He's 21. You've got to give him a little bit of time off.
Is still the best. You've got to put him in there. Which is crazy because last season we were saying he's on the way out. But I mean, he's at the moment. I think.
Well, because Kirkes hasn't stepped up.
Who it was that made that point after the game? It might have been Stephen Manaman, but he said, Andy Robertson is still the best option.
Yeah,
you still got to put him in, and that's not to say Kirkes. We saw how good of a player he can be. At the moment, everything is just going completely south for Liverpool. So you need to just try.
You need someone who would be a little more stable there.
Older
I think
heads,
as well. Yeah,
experienced players. I think you've got to start. Virgil.
They have to start one of the two, don't they?
100. I would.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Joe Gomez, I assume, will come in and play if he's fit.
Curtis Jones.
Well, and he's their only other centre back.
Yes.
Have you seen? As Chadid mentioned as a super chat, he said, "Palace put Gay on the cover. We are cooked." Have you seen? Have you seen the cover?
Big smiley
It's
picture
like
as well.
a big funny smile on his face. Look, I mean, Mark Gay going to Anfield.
Anyway, so
Yeah. This is the first time I guess that these two teams have played at Anfield, because we have one at Selhurst Park, one at Wembley, and now one at Anfield. So it's the holy trinity of the third game almost. But I'm going for 2-1 Liverpool.
I'll
this
go
game.
3-1 Liverpool.
3-1 Liverpool. 2-1. Right, we're going to rattle through the final couple of games, score predictions stuff. We got Wolves versus Chelsea as another one. Wolves, who their only wins have been in this competition this season.
Well,
which is just hilarious.
If anyone saw the reaction of the Wolves fans towards Vitor Pereira the other day,
rough, wasn't it?
Crazy. Well, and do you know what? Rightly so. I mean, rightly so. I know that he came in and did a good job last season, turned the ship around for them. They gave him that contract at a very strange time, as well, when the season started. But I mean, it's just been horrendous for Wolves. You know, that game against Burnley the other day was actually a really good game, and all of us sat there and wrote off and said, "Oh my God, none of us want to watch that. It's on Sky Sports F1." But actually, it was probably one of my games of the weekend. It was brilliant. I feel like it's a bit like when your luck's out, it's out, confidence is low. You know, conceding late goals like that to realistically your relegation rival. I don't know what Wolves have got to do, but if you've got to try and get your confidence up in a competition like this, not that I really think they can afford to be in it. In terms of they should be focusing just on the league, but it's just one game, isn't it?
Yeah, Wolves have got no chance.
Yeah, I mean they have beaten two Premier League teams so far.
Lose this game, they're not winning this.
It's this so that their run's been 3-2 beating West Ham, then 2-0 beating Everton. But I do think that Chelsea is a little step too far for them. It's at Wolves. But
they'll win. Chelsea will win.
Yeah, because Chelsea will bring Esteval back into starting lineup, who's been fantastic for them so far this season for the most part. I think I'm going 3-0 Chelsea.
They will win.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way you can come up with any sort of counter argument for this. Now I've said that, they're probably going to lose.
I could give an argument for why Wolves might win, but I don't believe it. I think Chelsea win this 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going 3-0 Chelsea.
The argument would be this is going to be Wolves' season. They're looking at the table right now. They haven't won a game in the Premier League. Probably going to. They won't believe they're going to go down, but it looks like they're going to be in trouble. Yeah. They're going to be thinking, we need to give our fans something. We need to do something for this club.
All the heart.
Give everything. To look what it meant to Newcastle last season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This could be like a saving grace in a season where everything else goes wrong.
I'm going to go for it.
You're going to go for it?
I'm going to go for it.
She's going to do it.
I'm going to go for it. Christian sold me on it.
There you go.
Go on. Is it a scrappy win? Is it a hounding? Is it on pens?
It is a scrappy 2-1 Wolves win.
Wow. Who's scoring first? Which team?
Chelsea.
Chelsea go 1-0 up. Wolves come back in the second half.
Yeah, and it's bad defending. Might even be a pen in there somewhere.
You're talking like Chalobah own goal or something like that?
Something like that.
Red card. Red cards are back for Chelsea.
Oh yeah, to be fair, another red card.
There's a red card, but for who? It could be.
Cards are back.
I mean, we'll find out tomorrow.
Imagine Matisse. Oh my God! Imagine him sitting in the corner, rocking back and forward again. Did anyone see him absolutely lose his mind?
I saw a black and white photo on Instagram.
No, you need to see him sitting in the corner.
The clip is fantastic.
He was sitting in the corner on the floor, pink shirt on.
Nice. It's very welcome because when I came on the weekend preview show, he tried to stick it on me a little bit about my views and few days
does,
later,
doesn't it?
he's posting black and white photos on
Matisse comes
Instagram,
for everyone
so,
and anyone who's in front of him.
Yeah,
Chest.
fair enough.
He came for me yesterday. He
Chip
said, I can't
Matisse.
chat because I've barely watched any football this season. I said,
Yeah.
well, look, I am now.
We've also got, obviously, the one final game is Swansea versus Man City at the Liberty Stadium. I think the last time, if I remember correctly, last time these two played in a cup competition, it was a ridiculous game of football where I think VAR wasn't working in that one stadium in that game. City won 3-2 after being like 2-1 down through a penalty that shouldn't have been given, an offside goal and everything. So, and that's I think the last time the two teams played that wasn't in the Premier League. So Swansea might be looking for revenge at the Liberty Stadium. Swansea have had a mixed start to the season, but I know a weird amount about Swansea. Yeah, because I got another friend of mine who's a big fan of his. They've got this striker Vopotnik,
Oh, yes.
who scores
on the
some
weekend?
lovely goals.
Did
Yeah,
score on the weekend?
he's been fantastic so far this season. I also know about
You've got good knowledge about Swansea.
Heath-
You look a bit Welsh. You could be Welsh.
I am.
He is
I'm
Welsh.
half Welsh by blood.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I've got
He's
I've got the little Welsh
Nice.
Welsh dragon
How
here.
do you say it? Is it Simru?
Cymru.
Cymru.
Yeah.
I've always thought it's Simru. in my head.
But they've also got Ethan Galbraith, who is, I think, a fantastic midfielder, ex-United Academy player. Ethan Galbraith. He
from
will
the
be back
Valleys?
in. Huh?
Sorry, are you from the Valleys?
No.
Oh,
It's on my mum's side.
You're not. Are you old enough to remember the Valleys? You know
No.
what I'm talking about, do you?
No.
Oh my gosh. Are you old enough to remember the Valleys?
Valley. I'm only like a year younger than you. 2 years.
It used to be on MTV. It was like their version of like Geordie Shore.
Yeah, I think so.
You're way too young to remember that. It was
I can't be way too young.
the Valleys.
But regardless, Galbraith, great midfielder, but honestly, I can't. Obviously, City lost on the weekend 1-0 to Villa. This will be a kind of a, it's like pet revenge games
Yeah.
where, like, you remember, like, he used to do it to Watford all the time. Where it'd be like City would have a bad result, so we'd just go and beat Watford 6-0 the next weekend.
He'll probably start Haaland in this game.
Yeah, I can't
Kind
see
of thing
anything
Pep
else,
would
but
do.
I mean,
Try and make
Swansea
a statement.
will put up a fight. It was at the Liberty Stadium, or sorry, so the Swansea.com Stadium is what it's now called.
Wow.
But I can see a like 3-0, 4-0 Man City here.
I think it's a nailed on 5-0 City.
Every time we think City are going to batter someone, they don't.
Nah, but when they're playing teams in this cup from leagues below,
It's
they
Pep's
usually get
bread
it
and
done.
butter.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, he loves this competition.
I reckon City go 1-0 down and then they end up winning 4-1.
I think 4 or 5-0.
Like 1-0 after the first half, and then they come back with a couple Haaland counter
Haaland
attacks.
says, hold my beer.
Yeah, I can hear it. You then got the games tonight. There's 3 games on tonight. There is one game which I might decide to hate watch, which is Grimsby Town versus Brentford.
Come on, Grimsby.
I want both of them to lose. But Grimsby Town Grimsby Town, to be fair, to get to the point where they have now, it's been a fantastic run for them. They've had, let me see if I can find the games. Obviously, they beat United 2-2, and then on pens in the first round. Second round, they beat Sheffield Wednesday 1-0 away from home. And then third round is they're playing Brentford again at home. I'm sure they'll be mighty up for it. But Grimsby's form has been 3 losses in the last 5 games. Brentford coming off the back as well, off beating Liverpool. Keith Andrews is really on some form as well. Ultimately, I think Brentford will cruise this one, even though Grimsby beat United. I think that's a bit more of an anomaly than it was.
I think they beat Grimsby.
I think they definitely beat them. Brentford, they've had a decent start to the
They
season.
have.
They're
Everyone
11th.
wrote them off.
After,
Oh, yeah,
we
I
said
did
it over
big
and
time.
over again. After all they lost in the summer,
Yeah.
manager, players, to go to beat Liverpool, to beat Man United, to
play
be 11th, they're in a good place. They'll
Mate,
easily beat
Igor
Grimsby.
Thiago, what a find that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic
They
find.
beat Chelsea. They drew to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in a good place.
I reckon
win.
that is a 2-0 win.
I'm going to go 2-1. I'm still giving Grimsby a goal. I hope they both lose, though.
4-0.
4-0 Brentford. That'd be a friend. Yeah.
I know they beat Manchester United.
I
and
know,
that's
man.
what's in
I'm
people's
I'm
minds.
too
The Premier
scarred.
League side against
I'm too
Grimsby.
It's their
scarred.
everything. It's everything for them.
They'll give everything, and they're big ups for beating Man United, but Brentford will deal with them.
Light work, really.
I hear it. Wickham versus Fulham. Another result. It's at Wickham. Wickham have. They've not lost. Wickham haven't lost in
Fulham
their
aren't in a
last
great
few
vein of
games.
form right now. I don't think they didn't.
Wickham
win it. Did they
have-
win at the weekend for them.
Fulham are 17th.
Yeah, no.
They didn't win at the
No, they
weekend, did
lost.
they? And they
Yeah.
lost the week before that.
No, Fulham are not having a good time.
No.
Let me get their results up
They lost
quickly.
against Newcastle 2-1.
Yeah.
They've lost their last 4 games.
Oof.
Bad.
Marco.
They lost 3-1 to Villa, 3-1 to Bournemouth, 1-0 to Arsenal, 2-1 to Newcastle.
Not looking good.
And it's at
They're better than
Wickham.
that, though. They're not.
They are
They're not
better
a team.
than
I don't think they'll finish bottom 15.
No,
I think
they
they'll
will.
finish between 10 to
Marco
15.
Silva is
They'll
too
turn
good
it.
of a manager to
Yeah.
end up
Definitely.
going down. I rate him so highly. But Wickham are on some good form. They've won 3 of their last 5, drawn the other 2, including beating Fulham in the EFL trophy. So, that was Fulham under 21. Never mind. But I think realistically, yeah, this is another one of those games where Fulham will go, all right, we need some form.
Yeah.
We'll probably beat them.
None of us think there's any upsets then, really.
No.
Okay.
Oh, you did.
Be, but
I
Didn't
did.
you?
Yeah, Chelsea.
Wolves to beat Chelsea.
oh, yeah.
I'll go with a Fulham win. Yeah.
3-1 Fulham. And
2-0.
then Wrexham versus Cardiff.
A Welsh derby.
Could be
Go
Welsh
on.
derby final game.
Friend of mine plays.
Really,
for
really,
Wrexham.
really quick one. I'm gonna go 2-0 Wrexham.
I'm gonna go 1-1 and Pens.
1-0 on Pens. What Wrexham on Pens? And then Christian.
2-2 Wrexham on Pens.
There you go. So backing Wrexham here on DR Sports. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a fantastic show. I am live here every day, 5 till 6 p.m. for Live at 5 to react to all the game's drama. Make sure you tune in at 5 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be going through, obviously, anything that comes up in the news in the next 24 hours and looking still ahead to the games tomorrow night. Abby, you'll be back here tomorrow, won't you?
Here.
And I'm not sure who else is on. Maybe it'll be Laurie.
Come back if you want.
Yeah. Or you can
I'll
maybe
be back
come
on
back if you want.
Monday.
Okay.
Back on Monday. Oh, yeah. But there's obviously plenty of content coming up on DR Sports. But, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Welcome along,
That is
weekend
unbelievable.
roundup. Oh my days. We're in for a great show today, guys. Well, what about the North London derby?
I'm not getting rattled.
And we're 3 points off top 4, so it's not looking too bad.
Yeah.
Foden 88, Saka 87. I think that's wrong.
Nice that you put your top on. You want to take it off and get the branding out? Happy birthday!
Make a wish to win the league.
I did.
How much chance do Arsenal have of winning the Champions League?
0, mate.
If we got through
Can't do it.
PSV, do you think there's any chance?
No,
that we
no,
know?
no.
Hang on, let me finish.
Predictions
2-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Liverpool.
2-0 Wolves. Chelsea to beat Man United at Old Trafford.
Still there.
You're in trouble if we win this game.
You better not lose on Saturday.
We beat the world champions this weekend. That makes you world champion.
We're the world champions, but you're not in a title.
This is why you'll never win the league.
6 million down the drain.
Robbie celebrating a 1-0 win. Abby Pilates instead of trophies. You never walk alone.
Catch us every Monday for the weekend roundup.
Four is my favourite is 3.
Then what have we got to talk about? Same chat as today.
In
Isn't it?
fairness,
That's the thing.
So we've done this